So taking a little D-man, a walk down the driveway. The rain finally subsided, and I think we got more coming though. It rained pretty good for most of the day actually. So anyway, the trees are heavy of rainwater, and we're gonna walk down and just enjoy the lightning bugs, and the moss on the trees are like neon green. Look at that. When they get wet and the weather's like this, they just start glowing. It's really cool. But yeah, we're just gonna walk down to the end and check on the bus and the shop, and then we're gonna get in the car and maybe do some Cracker Barrel here tonight. That was a mosquito. Come on, D. I'm at Bass Pro Shop, and I actually just picked up this luggable loo. It's all part of my bus conversion to an RV. We've removed all the seats from this 2008 Bluebird All-American. We added the toilet, and we've added the bed. Man, getting this hitch installed seemed almost impossible. I found a shop that was close to the farm, which was a convenience if it all worked out. I stopped by that shop and asked the owner if he could install a receiver hitch on a bus. He looked at me a little perplexed. I mean, I did just roll up in a Prius. After he thought about it for a second, he said, yeah, shouldn't be a problem. So the next morning I arrived with lil'Blu, and after the owner looked it over, he and some guys at the shop wasted no time getting started in fabricating, modifying this heavy-duty hitch he had laying around. The damn hitch weighed well over 100 pounds, definitely heavy duty. They had it installed no time flat, even got to keep my tow hooks, $200 for the install and $75 for the hitch. Done and done. Just good old boys that get her done and don't overcharge or complain. Sitting here on my porch with my boy Dante Ray, and we're finished out a day. A lot happened. Got the trailer hitch installed for the bus. Got some parts in for the bus. I'll put those on first thing in the morning. Early, beat the heat. And then had to run into town and exchange some things, grab some things for the bus. And so yeah, a lot to do still. 48 hours before a little over 48 hours before I pull the chocks and head out. So I'm hoping I can get the bus, the brake lights, tow lights and all that for the bus to work for the trailer connection that I'm setting up. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, stay tuned. We're about to have an adventure for about 3 weeks. So it'll be about a week out, and then I'll be a week in LA, and then a week back. So the video I found on YouTube, a couple of different videos I found on YouTube, you know, it runs into a chase. So I took this back cover off like some of the channels had, or some of the videos I watched had done, and I used a 12 volt line tester, and I found my brake. I found all the wires you need: left turn signal, right turn signal, driving lights, etc., etc. So everything is in there. This is the Hopkins that I installed that does not work, so I'm going to pull that out. But I was able to run it into the back of this panel, and then basically run it right down this HVAC chase, and poked it right underground into my 7-pin receptacle, flat pin receptacle. So again, you know, I did my notes. So this is everything here. The rest of those wires in there goes to the backdoor buzzer, and I don't need that. So I'm just gonna disconnect that and put it back in place because I don't wanna see that hole. But again, if you're doing this on a bus, it's not hard. I was dreading it, but once I got started, it was really easy. I hope that this Kurt product that I'm getting ready to install works as they say it will. So I have a little dilemma. So I went on the internet and found a bunch of information about setting up a trailer converter, trailer light converter. And Hopkins is what came up. There's a guy on YouTube that put it on his bus and said, hey, this will work, blah, 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 blah. And I went against my major rule with YouTube. You always watch more than one video from someone else, from multiple different people, not just one person, and then do your research. Well, between the auto parts store and the guy on YouTube, I said, okay, well, Hopkins is a great brand. I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna hook it up, come to find out it doesn't work for a 24 volt system. So this is the problem for anyone that's converting a bus or military vehicle, anything that runs on 24 volts, you cannot use the Hopkins 46255. Actually, any Hopkins brand, because I talked to them directly at the manufacturer, nothing they make works for a 24 volt system. So I dug extensively the following day and found that Kurt makes a 24 volt converter. If you have LED lights, it works perfectly on your trailer or in your rig for your trailer if it has LED lights. If it has the incandescents, then you probably have to do a larger bulb, a bigger voltage bulb in there to be able to work with a 24 volt system. So, long story short, that Kurt part number is 56424. So I've ordered it, and I will have it in tomorrow morning. It set me back 2 days from leaving on my trip, but the guys at Kurt says this will work perfectly. The plus in this, different than the Hopkins, is that Hopkins needed a direct battery connection. The Kurt does not need any power except for the brake, turn signals, and the driving lights, and then a ground. So no power, which, oh my gosh, I wish I would have found this Kurt product several days ago, because I had to order the Hopkins and I waited 2 days for that. So, time's time, right? And lessons learned. What you don't know, you don't know. So anyone out there that is trying to set up a trailer on any type of 24 volt system, Kurt has myself and you covered. So do not use anything but Kurt 24 volt converter, and it's seamless, painless, except for the fact I got to do all the rewiring again, which is fine. It is what it is. But yeah, so stay tuned. Look forward to this, and on to the next project after this is done. When I was a young kid, my dad would load up the van with the family and say, "Today is a good day to get lost," meaning Sundays were for driving the back roads of Southern Ohio and exploring those uncharted areas. It was something I enjoyed many times as a kid. So now that I'm in Tennessee with lots of gravel back roads, I decided to load up the white lab rat with Mr. Dante and my cousin Patrick and headed out to find some uncharted roads. We definitely got lost and turned around a few times. Even came to a fork in the road. We decided to go left. And then we doubled back to go right at the fork, and then we ended up turning around completely and headed back to the direction we originally came from. We eventually made our way to a small river rafting town where we had lunch and relaxed before heading back to the farm. We ended up getting on the highway. We didn't want to get lost heading home. All this driving the back roads got me thinking about those good times as a young kid going on drives with my dad. These are the little things, getting lost on the back roads. Life is about making memories, good, wholesome, deep-rooted memories. I hope to make many more while I'm here in Tennessee with family and friends, and new and old. Like anything we do in life, we will always come to a fork in the road. Do you go left or do you go right? Do you risk and go down that uncharted road? I don't think it matters. It's a path, and it's up to you to maintain that path. For the most part, we can always choose a different path, which leads us a different direction. But I think our paths still lead us to where we are meant to be. no matter what direction we choose. Don't get me wrong, there were plenty of times I should have chosen the other direction, but no matter what direction I chose, no matter how hard or how easy it was, it still led me to here, the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. So I look forward to sharing Sunday drives and those many adventures and those ups and downs of building a life here on the farm. So make sure to subscribe and follow along on the new journey, Tennessee Dreamin'. It's nice to be back on the farm, just sitting here on the porch and taking in nature. When moving here, it made me so happy to see so many bumblebees. The birds are spoiled, and so are the deer, and hopefully one day maybe the turkeys too. They all get fed daily, and I love having them around. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, even to say hello, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and God bless.